Alright, I'm gonna be doing the team prep and the battle video in the same video, just to spice it up a little bit. This is my team, as we have seen many times before, and this is my opponent's team. Super threatening. Coco, Terrakion, Greninja, Scizor, Golurk, Mega Charizard X, all offensive monsters. Mandibuzz, Vileplume, Slowbro, Type Null, and Mesprit, all known to be bulky little annoying pieces of So he has like a very fine balance of balls to the wall offense and haha good luck killing me defense. So I decided to break it by first getting up rocks with Camera Up. I have Z Solar Beam for either the Golurk if it wanted to switch in for some reason, but mainly the Slowbro. If it's max Fizdef, which I thought it would be to deal with my Lucario and BBL, then there's a chance it gets O-code. And all I really need is damage, so Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I outspeed Slowbro that tries to outspeed something. And I outspeed Vileplume and Type Null. So that's cool. Yeah, Earth Power hits Coco, does a lot to Terrakion, does a lot to Gren. Lava Plume hits Scizor, Golurk, Type Null, Vileplume, Mesprit, and Mandibuzz, and has the chance to burn them. And Charizard gets hit by Earth Power. Solid Rock means that I take slightly less from super effective attacks, meaning I can take a not max attack Earthquake from Charizard, maybe. And then I live a Rock Slide from Banded Terrakion. But I died to everything else, because I'm pretty frail, even though, yeah, I don't know, 70, 70, 75 is not great bulk, and I can live, like, a Dark Pulse from Gren. Yeah, I can live a Grass Knot from Coco, too, even though it's not super effective, so Solid Rock doesn't affect it, but yeah, this would 100% deal with Tapu Koko if there wasn't a chance it could run Hidden Power Water, so I packed Ferroseed so I can scout the Hidden Power on it, and either Camera Up or Ferroseed would check it depending on if it was HP Water or Fire, because these both have a 4x super effective weakness to it. I have Seed Bomb, I had Gyro Ball, but I wanted to get rid of Gren ASAP because it's scary. It also does about 40% to Terrakion, hits Golurk reasonably well, almost 2 KOs it surprisingly. Hits Slowbro for something, which is nice. Gyro Ball really only hit Terrakion and Coco for like noticeable damage. I have Thunder Wave because free wins XD. Also it helps Muck and my Goodra. I have Leech Seed Protect just so it can be a consistent Greninja counter, as well as like Coco, Slowbro, Golurk. Yeah. Goodra, Hobbenberry with Draco Meteor. This is enough HP and defense to live a +2 Jolly Dragon Claw from Charizard, a +1 Outrage, +1 Jolly Outrage, +1 Adamant Dragon Claw. All of these, and always O-codes with Draco Meteor. Flamethrower was for Scizor and Vileplume, and Thunderbolt was for Mandibuzz and Slowbro. And I could have ran like something else for Slowbro, I guess, but I wanted to abuse the boosted electric terrain. So, and it also hits Greninja. Yeah, and I have Rest, just, I don't know, late game I can 1v1 Slowbro better, and Vileplume. Oh yeah, I have Sap Sipper, so I can always switch into Vileplume, which is really nice, because Sleep Powder and Strength Sap are busted. I brought Agility Torn, because I wanted to be able to be faster than Coco. So I have Air Slash, just for stab instead of Hurricane because it's more accurate. 2 KOs Terrakion, does a solid chunk to Greninja, 2 KOs most Scizors. Yeah, O-codes Vileplume, does a decent chunk to Mesprit, but I have Dark Pulse, which hits Slowbro, Golurk, and Mesprit. And yeah, Air Slash does a decent chunk to Zard as well, and Mandibuzz. It 2 or 3 KOs everything, like consistently. And then Sludge Wave is for Tapu Koko, just because that's the point of having agility, to outspeed it, and this outspeeds Choice Scarf Timid Coco with only 72 speed, which is crazy. Mew, I have Psychic, Knockoff, Roost, Will-O-Wisp. I had Flamethrower over Wisp, but Flamethrower only deals with Scizor, while Will-O-Wisp deals with Terrakion, Scizor, Golurk, and basically anything that's not a fire type. I didn't have Psychic on here either. I originally had Flamethrower, Knockoff, Thunder Wave, Roost, but I already had Thunder Wave, so I didn't need it again, and Will-O-Wisp was a better status inflictment versus my opponent this week. Knockoff is to get rid of anything really. He gets rid of the Avian Slowbro, can get rid of a Sugar Berry on Coco, which is nice. Removes the Violet from type Null, gets rid of leftovers on these things. And yeah, hits Golurk and Slowbro for super effective damage, though it doesn't necessarily mean much, especially against Slowbro, because it's not made to be an offensive move, it's used for utility. Last Pokemon is Assault Vest and Mach. I had SD Lucario on here, but I was scared of Greninja, so I wanted a consistent check to it. It also helps against my matchup with Tapu Koko and Slowbro and Mesprit, because those Pokemon, if I didn't have Mach, especially Mesprit, could potentially really mess me up. If it was like Psychic, Shadow Ball, HP Fire combined with like a 50% berry or leftovers, I could have wrecked my world. So yeah. Mach, I have Knockoff, Poison Jab for stab. Poison Jab with Poison Touch is nice because it's about a 60% chance to poison the opponent, which is really nice for physically defensive Pokemon like Mandibuzz and Type Null. Knockoff is my stab to get rid of Slowbro's item, to get rid of Type Null's Violet, hit Golurk for a lot, hit Mesprit for a lot, remove Scissor's potential item in Vileplume. Fire Punch also ensures that Scissor doesn't use me as setup fodder. And I believe Fire Punch hits Vileplume harder than Poison Jab after a knockoff, but I'm not sure. And Focus Punch. Focus Punch is to catch Terrakion because it deals with all three of the other moves that I have, and nobody would expect Focus Punch. So he would want to bring it in on one of my stab moves and either resist and then get a banded hit off against my frail team, or he would get a justified boost with knockoff, potentially lose his item. Well, he would lose his item unless he didn't have one, and then he would still get a +1 attack, which is essentially a choice band hit off. So I Focus Punch, and with max attack, it actually guarantees an OHKO against just like 4 HP Terrakion, and I didn't think he would bring EVs. So yeah, that's my team. Let's get into the battle. I didn't see Greninja, so I thought I would be able to lead camera up easily. I don't scout for the Hidden Power Water, I just get rocks up immediately. And I go for my Bloom Doom right off the bat, as I find out immediately that he is Assault Vest. His even spit F Slowbro takes 90 minimum. So I go for the Focus Punch here, I believe. No, I go for the knockoff so I don't lose the surprise factor. I knock off the Rocky Helmet, which is nice because I'll be able to attempt to 1v1 this. I go for the Poison Jab. I don't get the poison, but I Focus Punch on the Roost that I predicted because I thought it would OHKO him, but it doesn't quite yet. So I don't expect him to Roost again. I thought he would U-turn, but he stays in, goes for the Roost again. I don't get the 60% chance to poison again, but I predicted him to just spam Roost for some reason. I don't know why he's doing that, but that's what he was doing. And I finally get the 30% chance poison off Focus Punch, so he goes down. He Rock Polishes as I switch into Mew. Goes for the Shadow Punch. 2, it KOs me just barely, but I get the Will-O-Wisp off, and leftovers puts me out of range guaranteed. He starts going for Power Up Punch as I go for the knockoff. No, I Roost first, just to stay healthy. I go for the knockoff next turn, as it turns out that he has a Colbur Berry, meaning that he doesn't take much at all. And I don't want to lose half my health because I still need this as a potential Terrakion counter. So I go into my Ferroseed because I know it can take any one hit. I go for the Protect to get more burn damage off as he goes for the Earthquake. And to cover both bases, he goes for a Shadow Punch, expecting a possible Tornado switching. I get my Leech Seed off, meaning that I'll be at about 50% by the end of this turn, a little bit less. Yeah, 44%. He goes into slow bro. I know he's gonna go for flamethrower, so I go into muck. Okay, I expect him to go hard Terrakion because he would dual resist my stabs, and I get the focus punch off and OHKO it, which is fantastic because I really lost to that thing. He goes into Charizard, and he's Dragon Dance, and I live it because he's +1 and not +2, and Draco Meteor OHKOs just as I couch, so that's really cool that I planned for Focus Punch. I counted on that for beating Terrakion, and that worked. And then back to back, my Hobbenberry tech worked against the Charizard. So 2 really nice lures. I go for the rest here, in case you turned in it KO. But looking back, Electric Terrain was up, so it would have failed anyway. But Thunderbolt would have done a considerable amount. I go for the Dark Pulse, gets the flinch, doesn't really matter too much, because the worst you would have gone for is Ice Beam. I predict him to switch out, so I go for the agility. I predict him to switch out so he can get regenerator. And Tapu Koko also resists Air Slash and Dark Pulse, which are the only moves that he could definitely know that I have. So I go for the agility and Sludge Wave OHKO it because I am Modest Life Orb. And he went for U-turn, so I didn't know if he was Scarf, but I outsped it anyway. And yeah. I go for the Dark Pulse. He scalds me. I switch out just so I can have a better differential. He scalds. I go for the knockoff, and then I'm going to go back into Tor for the Dark Pulse KO because I know I can take any one hit. He goes for the Shadow Ball. Gets the Spadef drop. It doesn't really matter too much though. I could have gone into Muck too in case he went for a straight Ice Beam and it KO'd me from there, which is a very, very low roll, I believe. So yeah. Everything worked out just as I wanted it to. I'm upset camera up to Z move didn't get to OHKO the slow bro, but it ended up working out anyway because my agility torn pulled through in the end. Didn't get to bring BBL, unfortunately. It would have been really nice to bring that thing back up on the kill leaderboards because it was #1 for a while. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you prefer the separate videos or the combined videos in the comments, and stay tuned for next week. Peace.